Hello guys, I'm right here at the Africa Ancestry World Tour taking place in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, where my African American folks. This is where you get to know exactly your root, your heritage, and you're going to be able to identify that specific part of Africa that you're coming from. You know, a lot of people when they say they're coming from Africa, they're like, you feel like Africa is one country, but I can tell you, Africa is made up of about 50 something different countries. So with africanancestry.com and other sites, you are able to trace down your roots right up to your country, be it Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Equatorial Guinea, Senegal, Gabon. And you know the amazing thing about it, your guy here, Dr. Awah, will be taking you on a tour to the entire African continent. I take it back. Dr. Awah, your guy, will be taking you on a tour to most of these countries. We're going to be having trips from my homeland country, Cameroon. We're going to be having trips to Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Equatorial Guinea. So yes, you want to do your test, and if you already know your test, join us on our next adventure, our next trip to Cameroon or any of these other countries where you are going to be able to have a feel and experience of what it is like to be an African, or what it is like to be of African descent or of African root. So guys, don't want to miss this opportunity. Just check out our website at africanheritage.travel. Yes, it's africanheritage.travel. You definitely want to check us out and be part of a fun trip, be part of our amazing travel experience. So let's go!
You two ladies are up here together because we found your ancestry in the same country.
Wow!
It's known as Africa in miniature because everything that you find across the continent of Africa is reflected within this one country, present day country, known as Cameroon. Also, you know, 20 years ago, those other companies didn't exist. There was no Ancestry.com. There was no 23andMe. There were two companies, and none of them were checking for Black folks. And so we knew that if we wanted to stay true to helping Black people transform the way we view ourselves and the way we view Africa, we could not ask you to let us keep your DNA. In 2003, no, that wasn't going to work. And so that's just another representation. But speaking of transforming the way we view ourselves and the way we view Africa, we knew that every time we come to Atlanta, we do reveals. Our first big reveal was in 2007 during the National Black Arts Festival. I want to shout out Beatrice Allison, even though she's not here. And we tested and revealed a rack of people here in Atlanta. And like the festival used to go on for a week or 2 weeks. You guys remember that festival? And participate every year thereafter. So when we were doing this tour, we were like, who can we reveal that's doing work that's similarly aligned to our values and our mission? And several names came up. And the two sisters that we selected, by sisters I mean Black women, they are not related. I don't think, we'll see. Dr. Keisha Holman and from Houston. So if you guys could join us up here. Dr. Key, to me, well, and to all of you know her as a village builder. She is a village builder. She is empowering the community through Ujamaa, which is my favorite Kwanzaa principle, which is cooperative economics. And then she has a phrase or a mantra, support is a verb. And when I met her earlier, I was like, where were you 20 years ago when I was starting my business? She has supported thousands of Black business owners in various capacities, but what really stuck out to me is she doesn't just give them business support, she helps them what is most important with their well-being as people. So she provides holistic support, their mental health and wellness. And the work that we do helps to restore and support our psychological well-being. So I feel like we are very much aligned there. And then Jasmine Crow, I've decided that you're a sustainability maven. Okay? So Jasmine founded Gooder. And Gooder is a sustainable food surplus management company. She leverages technology to reduce food waste and to feed the hungry. So each of them took a matriclan test. The matriclan test traces maternal ancestry, mother to mother to mother to mother. There's DNA that each of you inherited from your mother that didn't combine with anything you got from your father. That's called mitochondrial DNA. It's maternally inherited. Dr. Kittles is gonna jump in when I say something wrong. He's looking at me like, It's maternally inherited, so that means you have the same you and your siblings have the same mitochondrial DNA as your mother and her mother and her mother for generations. It never changes. And when you become mothers, which obviously you are a mother, I don't know about you, Dr. Key, but when and if you become mothers, as mothers, we pass it to our children, so the legacy continues. It doesn't change. So when you send in your swabs to our lab, look at how he's looking at me. What happens, Rich? What happens?
The swab is sent into the lab. They open the envelope.
Oh my gosh, okay. Just the pre-first.
Put the swab in a tube with some chemicals in it, and the chemicals provide information about the DNA. So we then, once we get the DNA into the tube with the reagents, we call it reagents, it goes into the machine, the sequencing machine. And then that data is then placed on the computer, and then our scientists do the analysis.
Our black scientists.
Yeah. They're all black. So they look at the sequence from yourself that you provided from the sample, and they compare that to samples in the database. So we have tens of thousands of samples, different lineages from different ethnic groups, from different countries throughout Africa, and actually throughout the world, but in particular, West and Central Africa, because we know that is where black folk here share ancestry.
And we have the largest database of African samples of any company in the world.
And we have for 20 years now.
And we have for 20 years. So when you use other companies, they're going to compare you to maybe 3,000 samples. Our database has over 33,000 samples. So you do the math.
It's not 3,000, maybe 300.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. You're lucky if they have about 1,000 samples. Seriously.
I'm going to change my spiel. I was trying to be generous. But yeah, so, and you guys clap, but I think that deserves more.
I'm
That's why we're able to be so specific. And Dr. Kittle spent 10, 11, 12 years compiling all that data on our behalf, us, the community. And no one else has done that after 30 years.
Initially, no one cared. People in Africa, especially in science, and so that's why what we did in this space, we created the space that we're in now.
Yeah. And so, you two ladies are up here together because we found your ancestry in the same country.
Wow!
Among the same people.
Wow!
Does anybody got any guesses? What do they look like?
What do you want me to do? I'm gonna go over there.
Okay.
My people.
Cameroon.
Well, some lady. Well, you know
I'm going to say Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Okay.
Nigeria. All right.
We'll see.
Senegal.
Nobody's guessing Senegal. They don't think you're Senegalese, ladies. Well, the country that you share ancestry with is located in central West Africa. It's known as Africa in miniature because everything that you find across the continent of Africa is reflected within this one country, present day country,
Say
known
that's right.
as Cameroon. That was my fault.
Oh, wait a minute.
You already
No,
knew.
you're Cameroon. Oh, we just have the wrong map.
You knew it already.
Cameroon! Land of promise. Land of glory.
What'd you say?
Land of glory.
Land of glory. So this brother here is Cameroon.
Yeah, you like, who is this random guy just walking up? Like, who is this random guy?
You know in Cameroon, go ahead. I'm known as the T-car.
Yes.
The T-car. And the T-car are the artists and artisans of the culture.
That's right. That's right.
They are known for their mask making. Is anybody here familiar with the artist here in Atlanta known as Fahamu Peku? So, of course you all know Fahamu. He's T-car. And if you notice in his work, he focuses heavily on masks. The T-car also had printing. Before the arrival of Europeans, they excel in music and all of the arts. And so this is just the beginning, just the taste of your people, the T-car people living in Cameroon.
Land of glory.
And so these results aren't just for you. We've traced your maternal lineage. So everyone in your family who descends from your maternal grandmother or her mother shares this same ancestry. So you now have a gift that you can give to each one of your family members now and into the future.
That's right.
Congratulations. Are you all familiar with Cameroon?
Yes,
I
am.
Okay. Well, there's a reason to go. And we have African Ancestry family reunions now, which are specially curated birthright journeys home, and Cameroon is one of the countries. So you're welcome to travel with us.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, ladies. Let's give it up for your Cameroonian
I really like Cameroon. You know why?
No.
Like you said, it's very diverse.
Yes.
Very diverse geographic landscape. Cameroon has desert.
Yes.
It has tropical rainforest.
That's correct.
It has grasslands.
Yes.
It has highlands. It has
Yes.
lowlands. Beautiful beaches. Cameroon is gorgeous. Beautiful.
Black is one of the highest performing podcasts in the country. And that must be a great responsibility. How do you safeguard the Black experience while remaining honest and raw and authentic?
Safeguarding the experience, I think, is really about respecting the fact that we are so many different types of people at the same time. And I make room when you come on the show or when you listen or when you communicate with us to be who it is that you are. Our responsibility as a platform creators is to make room for the people who truly own the platform. And that's the people in this room, the people outside. It is making space for you to come in and be your authentic self, and we welcome that in and encourage that so the people around us can see who you are and the reflection of themselves in you and be confident in being who they are. Like, for me, that is how we create a safe space to grow and to inspire and to do more by showing people outside of that space that it's okay to be who you are and go in the direction that you feel like you should be going.
Yeah, and I would say, we do things intentionally to actually make us feel comfortable and safe when we're speaking. So it's a fun show. It's natural, and it makes you want to express who you really are. And there's very few, I think, avenues or venues that actually give us that level of an opportunity. And so we've been intentional in creating a space where we truly can feel comfortable, truly can let our hairs down, or if you don't have any, just kind of rub your head. But it's designed to be a place for us, so it's very intentional.
So, Sam, Graham, Have you ever traveled to Africa?
Not yet, but I do plan after this reveal. I too, like my brother, have been waiting, so I am extremely excited.
I would like to thank you for not harassing me. But it's probably because you don't have my number.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
I was just a little.
She made the mistake here.
Right.
Well, Sam, you're going to go, when you travel, to the most populous country in Africa. Y'all know where that is?
I know.
Where's he going?
Nigeria.
He's going to Nigeria. That's what you said you had to do?
That is what I
You can just look at him and tell he's not
Look at the Nigerian spirit.
But check it out. When you get there, who you gonna look up?
Which group? Oh, let's go that far. See, this is the view. Gotta go that far.
Yes, he's going to look up the Yoruba people. You, my friend, share maternal genetic ancestry with the Yoruba people living in Nigeria today. You got a cousin back there. She raised her hand. Where are the Yoruba? Let me see your hand. All right, those are your cousins. Shoulder, mama, shoulder. You got the resources in the room. All you need is in the room.
I could have just looked at him and told him.
Really?
You've seen enough.
I've seen enough.
Except for the day.
But why is that? Can you do that for anybody?
No, not for anybody, but for most people though. I mean, it's just, there's certain characteristics that are in your genes.
So which characteristic did you see?
I'm not gonna say.
You
Oh wow. Well,
Physical and mental, yes.
let me see, we had some Yoruba cousins. I can't find them right now.
Yes,
I'll let you know who they are.
I think GSC Jackson is good.
I don't know.
You don't remember that?
We gotta talk off. Oh, here it is, Judge Hatchett.
Yes.
The actor Jeffrey Wright. Oh, right. And and Sybil Hooks from the Tom Joyner Morning Show. Yeah, those are your cousins. So let's give it up for Sam's Yoruba ancestry. And Darius, we're going to do yours at the end of the. So Darius brought his whole family. Who's here with you, Darius?
My mother is here, right there in yellow. That's my cousin / really my sister, but she got demoted this morning. Right there, my wife behind her in the white, my son and daughter and nephew standing up in the very back. We are here to find out who we are.
So this ancestry answer, this result is the same for everybody you mentioned except your wife, because she's not part of the genetic family tree.
Sometimes we.
So I'm not getting in there.
Does he have any idea where you?
I have assumptions.
Oh, that's
Right, I think it's someplace on the border of Wakanda and Zabunda. I'm pretty sure. I did the research.
He's from the Black Comic Book.
y'all see why I was cracking up on that show? Do you have the answer, or do you want me?
No, I don't have it.
But he's still playing.
So when you travel to Africa, Darius, and you take your whole clan, you're going to travel to one of the smallest countries, present day countries. Because remember, these borders are artificially and politically drawn. So we're talking present day.
411, yes. That's 4, yep.
Yeah, one of the smallest present day countries in the Senegambian region of Africa. The country that it's not up there yet.
Look at it.
The country that you share ancestry with was colonized by the Portuguese. And they did a number on this country, as they did on many of the countries.
Still dealing with it today.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to brush up on your Portuguese.
Do y'all feel this delay happening? Did we used to, Dr. Keating?
So the country that you share maternal ancestry with present day is Guinea-Bissau.
So we deep in here, I see that.
You see the orange just on the where the country code
It's connected to Senegal.
Yeah, it's connected to Senegal. And you have some Guinea-Bissau cousins in here.
I heard them. Make some noise. There we go.
Your ethnic group is the Jola people. And there's someone in here who's Jola, because I talked to you earlier. Okay. So the Jola people.
Jola are also found in Senegal too.
Yeah.
Senegal and Guinea-Bissau.
They're way more in Senegal than there are in Guinea-Bissau. The Jola are very close to the nature and environment, and so their culture is musically centered, natural medicine centered,
And they make rice.
and rice cultivation centered.
I eat rice. We good.
So welcome to the African Ancestry family.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So how do you feel?
I feel great, but I also feel like the journey is truly just beginning. But I can't wait to dig in and learn more and figure out more about the people that I come from, why I am the way that I am. I'm honestly just excited to start digging in, and now I know where to go.
One of your cousins is Q-Tip. Speaking of 50th anniversary of hip hop, we've also traced Sheila E. to Guinea-Bissau. She's Balanta though. I know we have some Balanta in here, the Balanta people, so you can claim her as a cousin.
She definitely does.
That's right. And how are you feeling, Sam?
I think the journey has just started. I'm looking forward to the education and looking forward to a trip.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we're looking at Nigeria for 2024, African Ancestry Family Reunion, so we'll keep you posted.
Okay.
I want to thank you both. I had, as I've said 15 times already, I had a wonderful time meeting you, and I appreciate the work that you're doing and all of your success. With how many shows now?
I think we're somewhere around 220.
220 some shows.
When we started, we only agreed to do 5.
Wow. Wow. And you're on remote. So, how can people find the Wild?
You can find the Wild Black Podcast, WHILE, on any podcast platform. We're on YouTube. Instagram is wild_black. And we just love to have you come over and join the family. Tell us what you need to learn and we'll go get it for you.
Thank you so much.
Part of this and having our DNA check, my wife and myself, was a life-changing experience for us. You took us all back to Cameroon, Africa, back in 2011, 12, the first time 2010, and it was the most life-changing experience we've ever had. My question is, when are you going to do it again?
So we now go to Cameroon. So the trip you went on was financed outside of African ancestry, so that was free for you.
Right, we got help.
Now, we have African Ancestry family reunions in Cameroon. So we were there in March, and two people here were there in March. And they're specially curated trips. We're just like what we did when you went. We traveled to the different regions of Cameroon where our customers, our family members share ancestry and have fully immersive experiences. So we're not tourists. We go home.
You found your website?
Yes,
Okay,
AfricanAncestry.com/travel.
So Gina, do you think that Nigeria will ever do the dual citizenship?
Oh man, I don't know. So Sierra Leone, for those of you who don't know, now offers citizenship to people who have traced their mitochondrial DNA or Y chromosome to Sierra Leone. The president Dr. Julius Mata Bio presents the Sierra Leonean descendants with Sierra Leonean passports. But they're the only country that does it based on DNA. And so I have no idea whether Nigeria will do that. A lot of people ask about Cameroon.
Yeah, I thought Cameroon was going in that direction.
Well, Cameroon's constitution doesn't allow for dual citizenship. So we've been talking to them about, you know, what other kinds of things can they give us.
Yeah, give us a passport.
Sam Graham, I want you to meet Dr. K. Dr. K, we revealed Sam's ancestry to Nigeria today. Sam, raise your hand. So I just wanted to make sure I made that connection. Okay. Sidebar.
Some people give me pushback on the authenticity of the testing, and they often come up with this scenario that, well, what about the people, the black people or dark or brown, black and brown people that were here before the transatlantic slave trade? We were already here. So how do you answer that? I don't know how to answer that.
What black and brown? Come on, Indians? Native Americans?
Well, and in that conversation, it's always that they reclassify people, a lot of people, as native, but we are indeed the indigenous people here, that we were traveling back and forth here before the transatlantic slave trade. I don't know how to answer
There may have been some people who got on the boat and came across, but it wasn't wholesale. It wasn't large numbers. And I actually think it's kind of disrespectful to claim America as if it's ours before Native America. Now there is a history in terms of the Asian communities going across the Bering Strait, coming into the New World, right? North, South America, Central America. There's a history there. And so you're ignoring that history when you talk about this is our land, or we were here before them. Even if there were 5 or 10 Africans, it wasn't a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I try to
Join us on our next adventure, our next trip to Cameroon or any of these other countries, where you are going to be able to have a feel and experience of what it is like to be an African, or what it is like to be of African descent or of African root. So guys, don't want to miss this opportunity. Just check out our website at africanheritage.travel. Yes, it's africanheritage.travel. You definitely want to check us out and be part of a fun trip, be part of our amazing travel experience. So let's go!